It's Sunday night.
Woo!
If you're in the Midwest, did you get outside today and just feel like our lives had been renewed?
Oh, my word. There was this bright thing in the sky, and it was
a
just
little
like...
scary, and the sky was this weird shade of, like, not gray.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
It was.
It just, like, good for our soul, right?
Oh, my goodness. It felt wonderful.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyway, last week when we came on, we talked about we had a crazy week, and we hadn't even been able to figure it all out at the time that...
And sometimes, and sometimes it didn't get figured out till the last minute. We got to practice our spontaneity on certain things.
There was one point, because I've talked about this before, but in our dining room we've painted a whiteboard on the wall. So it's the color of the wall, but it's whiteboard. You can erase it. It's pretty cool. We killed brain cells when we painted it, though. That was like the most noxious chemical in the free world. But anyway, so Brian actually drew a map, like, this person needs to go here, and this person here, and we were drawing arrows.
Oh, and we literally had to get out how much time it took between these different destinations to see which route worked.
Yeah.
And it was like those bad word problems back in high school of, a train leaves Chicago traveling at X speed, and a train leaves St. Louis. It was like that.
Yeah.
And it took a while, several iterations to figure out how we get the two of us to make sure we get everywhere where they need to be. 5
different places. Like, and everyone kind of had to be there at like 5.
Yeah.
But, so we had like 4 kids, and they had to be in 3 different places all at 5 o'clock.
So Lainey was a winner. She ended up with 9 stops in her trip chain of how to get everybody where they needed to be.
But we got it done.
We got it
done. And the weekend ended with an amazing time at Dawn's house. Hi, Dawn. Thank you for letting us crash. That was awesome. We had so much fun. I was just talking with Gail and Kim again today. And so it was so great. And one of my dearest friends, I don't want to say oldest friends because it's her birthday, but we've been friends for decades, literal decades.
Yeah.
Right. And so we had a surprise party today, and that was fantastic. Got to see people I haven't seen in years. Yeah. So awesome. So connect with people from your life from the past that knew you way back when. Get back in touch with them. It's been such a blessing. So fantastic. So this week, we're not quite as crazy. Hopefully we won't need any more heat maps of where people need to be.
So far, we have our standing date night on Sunday night. So
we've looked at it out. So you have some important meetings.
Yep. So Monday and Wednesday, got a town council meeting and an important historic preservation meeting on Wednesday. So getting some projects done and some days that we need to make sure we get approvals on these nights.
And anytime you're involving the government, you
never know. You never know what's going to happen.
You just never know. It's the box of chocolates.
Yes.
You don't know what you're going to end up with. My week's quiet. I'm not teaching any classes this week.
Until Sunday.
I have 3 next week.
Yeah.
So, yep. If you want to come to one of my classes, let me know. So, yes, it was a blast on. It was awesome. Thank you. So, but we both have a huge deadline for one of our projects on the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. So we're trying to get it done this week.
We didn't want to forget the deadline, so we put it on.
It will be a gift to the world come Valentine's Day.
So our goal is to get it done before Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
see if we can
exactly.
So we'll spend some time to be able to actually take the advantage of not having as many meetings this week and have some sort of focus time or retreat time to get our work done.
We'll be hanging out. Panera's our latest favorite place rather than Starbucks. Starbucks is too cold. So and Panera has food. So real food. So we've been going to Panera a lot. So I've gotten to know the people at Panera. Yeah, love them. So one of the crazy things that we did this week was...
because we didn't do enough last week. We also
threw in a tour of our local elementary school because we're considering putting our 2nd and 5th grader in school. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, we've homeschooled all our kids. But then this last fall, Jacob, our 16-year-old, wanted to go to public school. And we thought that'd probably be a good idea for him. So we did. And it was so easy to get him in.
Yeah. Well, and he's flourished. I mean, we've got a great community here.
Yeah.
I mean, the schools were good, and he has just done an amazing job.
He's in the musical. We're very excited about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're actually looking at it for our other kids because they tend to fight a lot with each other, not with everyone else. It's those two push their buttons. And I really think that as our kids have grown up, the younger ones just don't have the mass of playmates that the older ones always did here at home. And I think it's giving them more time to get in trouble and pick on each other. And they're extroverts. And I think they need people. So
your brother and sisters are only so interesting for so long.
Yeah. So anyway, we haven't come to a complete decision on that yet, but it's definitely something that, it's one of those never say never situations that,
Well, and I think that, and for us, it's always been, we're going to do what's best for our kids.
Yeah.
Be it homeschooling, but some of our kids are still at home, but they're in Connections, which is an online charter school. Mm-hmm. So, we're willing to do what fits best
whatever
for
it
our
takes.
child.
Whatever it takes. So, and we'd like them all to be alive at the end of the day. So
that's a plus.
That's a plus. And sometimes we just don't know. So, other exciting news. Tomorrow marks 40 days until I head to Europe.
Yep. The clock is ticking.
It's getting real. It is getting seriously real. So the checklists and just information is just going crazy. So we're very excited.
Yeah, because sort of have a layout of what needs to be done when is leading up to your departure date. And so all those dates are like, whoa, it's here. It's really starting to happen.
It's really starting to happen. Yeah. So that's crazy and exciting and all-consuming to think about. And
because we're now in February, we say next month you're going to Scotland.
I'm going to Scotland and England.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, the girls are starting to get excited about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking 3 of the girls. So they're starting to, really realize that, wow, this is going to be huge because they've never been out of the country. So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. So, and then yesterday, we got a new addition to the family in the form of a new blender.
Yes.
Which makes me stupid happy. But our old one was starting to blend and make that. It was like, why? It needed the coffee. It was blending.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain appliances we use all the time. Our griddle, our blender. And that's one that the blender gets used at least 2 or 3 times a day.
So I got one with twice as many wattage of blending power.
Yeah, it's a fun power tool.
So we haven't played with it a whole lot, just made some coffee in it. But I'm excited this week. Hopefully you'll be able to see it in some of my cooking videos. Yeah.
Maybe. And even has a food processor attachment to it. So
which we have a food processor that we've had for years, an old Cuisinart, and it's fantastic, but it's huge and heavy.
Yeah.
So to have something to do some of the lighter duty, I don't anticipate that it's going to be as strong as the Cuisinart, but just to do some quick stuff will be fantastic. Yeah. So I'm excited. So hopefully this week I'll be able to show you some of. You can meet my new blender. We need a name. It needs a name.
Yes.
We name stuff around here.
Exactly. Well, it's all nice and chrome.
Yeah. So. I don't know. What is there a Marvel character? Can we name it after
Star Wars? Phasma.
I'm not a Star Wars fan.
I know, but Phasma was the chrome stormtrooper person.
I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm a Marvel fan.
Okay. Well,
it needs a Marvel name. So if you can think. I don't want it taking over my house.
So, in case you're wondering what happens when it's taking over our smart house.
If you don't see it as again, it's because the blender took over. That could happen. Sure. So, all right. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And we will be coming at you with everything as it happens, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the good news is we'll be using the blender on live. So if something happens...
we'll have witnesses.
We'll watch the top pop off or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Happy Sunday. Yep. Good night, y'all. Bye.